It is not a mistake that he has come into our possession. The demons prophesied his return. If he awakes, it could jeopardize the entire mission. For he is the only one who can stand against them.
It's been a long time since we've had a new Doom game. The last one was back in the original Xbox and PlayStation 2 days. And while Doom 3 was okay, it seemed to go into a much more serious and horror-themed route over its predecessors, while also trying to bring in elements of modern shooters at the time, like the need to reload, which the original 2 Doom games didn't have. Since then, id Software, the makers of the Doom franchise, have been bought by ZeniMax and put under the Bethesda line of game publishing works. Also, since then, technology has really advanced in both the console and PC worlds. While PC graphics cards and consoles could have issues running Doom 3 when it was released, today's machines could run it without a drop frame, provided they weren't dropped by the engine and we're talking pure hardware specs. Today, gamers expect more from their gaming performance. Does 2016's Doom reboot deliver? Let's find out. Getting it out of the way, first and foremost, is the fact that Doom looks amazing. Running on id's new id Tech 6 engine, it's overall gorgeous. Playing on my 6-core i7 with a GTX 980 Ti and 64GB of DDR4 RAM, I can't recall a single major hitch in the game's graphics or frame rate while playing on a 1080p 144Hz monitor with a 1 millisecond refresh rate. I never saw it dip below 60 FPS, even with a ton going on the screen. I cannot, however, speak for the console versions of Doom, and you will need to look for reviews about the console versions for information about how the console versions look and move. I did, however, watch a video of someone on a GTX 970 and saw fairly similar results in frame rate while they're playing, as in at least 60 frames per second. So if you're on a GTX 970 or equivalent AMD card, then you should be good to go with Doom. Enemies have seen a new redesign overall, with really only one seeming to be ripped straight from Doom 3. Imps, for example, have been made smaller but are now much more agile, able to climb walls and fling fireballs from perched positions. Cacodemons look much more menacing while still keeping a look that evokes the original version. Pinkies have seen a redesign that melds the original version with Doom 3, and it all just works. A few new enemies have been added as well to flesh out the roster of baddies, and they look great as well. The sound is equally good. Demons sound menacing, guns have a strong punch to them, and Mick Gordon's new soundtrack, with callbacks to the original, sounds great in all its metal-infused glory. So how does Doom play? Overall, fantastic. It's a fast-paced, action-filled gunfest that harkens back to a simpler time in shooters. Sure, it added in things like grenades and the ability to jump, but that great feeling of running and gunning is there, in all its circle-strafing greatness. As with all first-person shooters, there can be issues with getting stuck on geometry that you didn't notice in your field of view, but in general this is pretty minor. The campaign, for the most part, is well-paced and keeps you wanting to move on to the next battle. Story exposition is light and is mainly told through holographic replays of past events. However, it does have a misstep or two, mostly in the boss battles towards the end of the game, that throw the pacing off, especially since they drag out 2 boss battles into 4. Oh, hey, you just killed this boss. Here, fight him again! But besides these small hiccups, the campaign is nearly flawless. There are enough secrets to look for to encourage exploration, something we don't see as often in shooters today. Weapons are your standard Doom-style weapons, with a slight twist. The pistol has unlimited ammo in the new Doom, but is also extremely weak compared to previous versions. The shotgun is still the main go-to weapon for the game, but the super shotgun from Doom 2 returns, as well as staples like the chain gun, plasma gun, and rocket launcher. And, of course, the BFG 9000. Each main weapon, though, can be modified by finding various robots on the levels, except the super shotgun, which has no mods. The shotgun, for example, can be upgraded with both a 3-round burst fire and an explosive shot capability. Each of these mods can in turn be upgraded by spending upgrade points, which are gained by challenges like killing a mancubus with the pistol, which I did. killing demons in general on each level, and finding secrets strewn throughout the campaign. The final upgrade for each weapon mod is then gained by completing a weapon-specific challenge, like directly hitting 20 imps with an explosive shotgun blast as an example. The chainsaw also returns, but its role has been significantly changed. Instead of a level-specific limited-time use weapon, it is now a special use weapon that has its own ammo capacity, but it is able to kill all but the boss monsters in just one hit, provided it has enough fuel. Killing enemies with the chainsaw uses up a set amount of fuel cells, 1, 3, or 5, depending on the enemy type. The bonus, besides being able to just say kill a Baron of Hell in one hit, is that enemies killed by the chainsaw drop tons of ammo, except chainsaw fuel. So it's a useful weapon to pull out when every gun is at or near empty. Similarly, the BFG 9000 is also a special use weapon that has its own ammo type and capacity, and no longer shares ammo with the plasma rifle. New to the series is the ability to upgrade Doomguy's armor. Throughout the campaign, there will be special Praetor tokens found on dead elite guards. These tokens can be used to upgrade the Doomguy's suit in various ways, such as having the compass pulse when near secrets, switching guns or gun modifications faster, and even becoming immune to explosive barrels in the level. Also new is the Argent Energy system, which has players looking for special crates that contain what look like a small rock shard. Finding these allows players to upgrade either their maximum health, armor capacity, or the amount of ammo that can be carried by Doomguy. I highly recommend searching for these, as the starting health, armor, and ammo values won't cut it as the campaign goes on. The biggest addition, though, is the addition of melee and the glory kill system. While the old Doom games had melee, it was only through the Berserk power-up, which is still in the game, mind you. This new Doom adds in melee all the time, but it's not super effective against most enemies, and it isn't meant to be. The melee system, however, opens up the glory kill system as well. After enemies take enough damage, they will be staggered for a few seconds and flash blue. Move into glory kill range and they flash orange. At this point, looking at them and pressing the melee attack performs an instant kill on the enemy. Glory kills serve a few purposes. First, any enemy that is killed in this manner always drops some health, so it helps keep Doomguy alive. Second, it saves ammo, which, while not exactly sparse, can be in short supply here and there. Third, they look great. Also, an optional upgrade path is available, if players search it out, through the rune system. Each rune has a different effect, and eventually 3 runes can be equipped at once. Examples of runes are Vacuum, which pulls in health and ammo drops from further away, or another rune which allows for mid-air directional controlling while jumping, and another that has enemies drop armor as well as health when they are glory killed. Runes are gained by completing specific challenges after touching a glowing green stone, and can then be upgraded by doing specific in-game actions, most of which you'd be doing with them equipped anyway. As you can tell, the campaign is a huge strong point for Doom. The second strong point is the new Snap Map mode added into the game. Snap Map is a new level editor designed to be extremely simple to use, not just for people new to map making or editing, but also to be able to be used on consoles. Now, while they do give some nice in-game tutorials on how to use Snap Map, it might still be a little too daunting for many players. However, those players who enjoy making maps for others to play, like in Little Big Planet or Super Mario Maker, will find a lot to do in this mode. I've already played a fairly faithful recreation of E1M1 Hangar from the original Doom, made in Snap Map, and a giant keyboard to fool around on as well. Where I find Doom lacking, though, is in its multiplayer. It's serviceable, but there's not a whole lot about it that stands out. It tries to be an arena-style shooter, but uses loadouts instead of weapon pickups. Not that this can't work. Unreal Championship 2, the Leandri conflict, used loadouts, but the smaller map sizes made it work. And even powerful weapons like the rocket launcher and super shotgun feel a bit underpowered in multiplayer. It has a few interesting modes, like the freeze tag mode, where killing an enemy just freezes them in place until one of their teammates can stand near them long enough to thaw them out, allowing a respawn. Otherwise, it's a 1 life per round game. But overall, it looks like the multiplayer is already dying out only a week after launch, as it can be very hard to get anywhere near a full lobby in most game modes. The multiplayer is definitely the weakest link in Doom, and since the Season Pass looks to be all multiplayer focused, I'd seriously say see if you enjoy it before purchasing the Season Pass. So my final recommendation for Doom is a buy, if you're looking for a great and fun campaign, that is. It's also a buy if you enjoy making maps for others to play, or like playing maps other people make. If you're looking for multiplayer, I'd suggest playing a friend's copy first to see if it's your cup of tea. In the end, though, id Software hit this one out of the park for me. Doom is back, baby.
Why would you shoot me?
He's throwing his teammates.
I'm throwing you. Hold on, Gutch.
There you go. Thank you. They have
They
one
got
enemy
one
left.
I'm gonna stay here and watch these bodies.
Nice.
There we go.
One more, guys.
Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. Either way, I'm good. Also, if you enjoyed the video and wish to help support in making more, consider visiting my Patreon page located in the description below. And again, thank you very much.